All Blacks fans, get keen because this is a very, very exciting squad named by Razer. I feel like Razer's era has started this year. Last year was kind of just the slow introduction of Razer. But looking at this squad named to take on France, the first test this weekend, the Razer era has officially started. Before we get into it, let me know in the comments what your thoughts are on this squad. Do you like it? Do you have anything to say against it? Who should be there? Who shouldn't be there? Let me know in the comments. Hit that subscribe if you haven't already. Let's get into it. So before we get into that, I'm, as a non-All Black fan, I'm excited. I love the All Blacks as well. Love watching them play. Love all the combinations. Love the debutants being named. Love watching the All Blacks play. Seeing this squad and the changes that have been made, very, very exciting. As a non-All Black fan, as a Springbok fan, quite scary because this is definitely a squad or a team name that you can see the kind of style they want to play, what their focus points are, and where they're looking to play on the field as well. And love it. They're also giving new players, get them into the squad, get them in there. They're blooding new players. Like I said, last year I think for Razer was just a slow introduction into how the All Blacks setup works. He didn't want to come in and just rock the boat the whole way. He just came in smooth sailing, kind of just got through that first season. And then this year, you're really starting to see the mold of how he wants to play, what positions he wants certain players to play, what he's looking at from certain players, and then how he wants to play, how he wants to go about his business. So let's get into it. So debutants, firstly, we've got starting debutants in Fabian Holland starting at lock and Christian lio-willie starting at 8th man. And then on the bench, we've got Ollie Norris to make his debut and the big du Plessis-Karifi to make his debut. How good. So let's run through the team quickly. So we've got Ethan de Groot, Cody Taylor, Fletcher Newell up front. Don't mind that at all. Then Scott Barrett, Fabian Holland. Scott Barrett, obviously captain. The back row of Tupou Vaa'i, Ardie Savea, and Christian lio-willie. Love Tupou Vaa'i at flank. I don't know why I didn't think of that when I predicted my All Black squad. Love that in, because then Fabian Holland comes into the lock. They've got three big, genuine options at line-out. Love that. And what Tupou Vaa'i has done this season with the Chiefs, how he gets around the park, the extra work he's done, he's definitely put his hand up in a 6th position. He's playing that kind of role, very similar role as well, getting through a ton of work, similar to him. And Springbok fans, relax. I'm not comparing him to Pieter-Steph du Toit, but it's kind of similar to that style. Obviously, Pieter-Steph du Toit, I think we can all agree, is in a league of his own, but he also started at lock and then moved to 6 or 7 role. And that's, I think, someone like Tupou Vaa'i can definitely play that sort of style. Love that. And I love that they've kept Ardie Savea at 7. I don't think he's an 8. Yes, he can do a job for you there because he's a quality player. He could probably do a job for you in the centres, but his position is 7. So Ardie Savea stays there and Christian lio-willie comes in. Love that. That's obviously a bit, I wouldn't say Crusaders' favour from Razer, but just giving faith in a young fella who's done really well for the Crusaders this year. The Crusaders went on to win the Super Rugby and they did outstandingly well. Christian lio-willie was, for me, probably besides Ardie Savea, Christian lio-willie was probably my standout forward in the Super Rugby this year. Just get through your basics, get through your work and do it really well and do it week in, week out. That was Christian lio-willie. So I'm very happy for him to get a starting debut. Then we look at the backs. So we got Cam Roigard, Beauden Barrett, Geordie Barrett, Billy Proctor. Then in the back three of Rieko Ioane, Sevu Reece, and Will Jordan. Ooh-wee. So we look at the 9-10 combo. I thought D-Mac was going to go in there, but Beauden goes in there. Remember, he won World Player of the Year at 10. Blues probably didn't have their best season this year, but Beauden Barrett, for me, is an out-and-out 10. He's a 10. Man, he's going to run the show there. He's probably not going to look to overplay his hand at all because he's got guns outside of him. And then and he's got a gun inside him as well. So I'd love to see how that connection works out between Roigard and Beauden Barrett. And then the connection between Beauden Barrett and his brother, Geordie Barrett. How good is that? Backyard footy, you got Scott Barrett, you got all three Barretts starting. How good's that? Fantastic. Centre combination, so Geordie Barrett, Billy Proctor, I called that as well. Geordie Barrett coming back from Leinster, a new and improved player, outstanding. I think he's gone over there and changed, I wouldn't say changed the way he plays, but just added more tools to his toolbox, if you will. And I like to see how he goes. There's a lot of people that say he went over there, URC is not a strong comp. He's if anything, he's gotten worse or gotten slower off the pace. I don't think so, man. I think he's going to come in and do an absolute job there. Also, another big kicking option for the All Blacks there. Billy Proctor, outstanding this year in the Super Rugby. Only played kind of the back half of it, but really good. He's an out-and-out 13. Someone who's played there pretty much their whole life. Really good. It brings you that little bit of X factor as well while doing all the basics really well. Defends well. Runs a good, strong line and links up nicely with the outside back. So he's got good distribution. And when you've got outside backs like the All Blacks do here, you want someone who can link up with them really well. Now we talk about the back three. Rieko Ioane, Sevu Reece, Will Jordan. This is a back three. And this is where I think Razer has definitely put his foot down and gone, we see Rieko as a wing. We're going to play him there. Like I said, last year, I feel like Razer just wanted to slowly make his way into the setup, not go in and rock the boat too much. He went in, he's got through that. Now he can start doing what he wants to do. And Rieko to wing was one of those things. Love that. We all know what Rieko does on the wing. Fast as the wind, strong as well, X factor, and he'll have that now, a bit of freedom to roam, like we see with the wingers nowadays. Sevu Reece and that they come off their wing, they might be a left wing, but you'll see them on the right wing, and that's what we want to see from Rieko, because that's when he's dangerous. Give him a bit of space out the back and just do your thing, man. Sevu Reece, obviously we know what he's link up with Will Jordan as well, what they've done for Crusaders this year. Outstanding, the top try scorer in the Super Rugby, in the history of Super Rugby, Sevu Reece. And then Will Jordan, goes without saying. Let's be honest, goes without saying. Probably the best fullback in world rugby at the moment. And man, if there was ever a back three that could compete with South Africa or Springboks back three right now, it's this back three here. Because, man, you're looking at Cheslin Colby, Kirtley Arendse, Apelele Fassi, or Damien Willemse at fullback. Versus these three guys, that's a nice matchup. I know I'm getting ahead of myself, but we all know all roads lead to the All Blacks versus Springboks, man. That's going to be a game. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves, all right? On the bench, then you've got Tokia or Norris. You've got Basilio Tosi, Sami Pene-Finau, Duplessis, Karifi. That's the forwards reserves. So Ollie Norris and Karifi being the debutants there. Love that, man. I can see that full front row going on at the same time to be a straight swap. That'll be nice. So there's no out-and-out lock on the bench because you've got three locks in the starting lineup. So you can see maybe Fabian Holland or Scott Barrett coming off. You can see Tupovai going into the locks and then Sami Pene-Finau coming on. And then you could see probably maybe later you might see Ardie Savea moving to 8 with Karifi coming on. And that's deadly. That is deadly. And then in the backline subs, you've got Cortez Ratima, Quinn Tupaia, and Damien McKenzie. So Ratima just straight swap for Roygaard if that happens. Quinn Tupaia is obviously covering centre position there. You've got Rieko that can cover centre as well. And then Damien McKenzie covers 10 and fullback. Any wings, if a wing goes down, you bring Tupaia on and you move guys. You move Billy Proctor to the wing, or you bring McKenzie on and you move Beauden Barrett to fullback and you move Will Jordan to the wing. They've covered their bases there for sure. A very, very exciting squad. Very exciting team naming. Razer has listened. I think it's not necessarily that he's listened to the people, but we're seeing the era of Razer now start to take shape. Like I said, last year was just a slow introduction. he's now stamping his foot down and making the calls he wants to make. Very, very exciting squad. I see a quick prediction. I see the All Blacks winning 10 points. 10, could even be 10 plus. 10 plus for the All Blacks. First game in Dunedin, I think it is huge. How good. International footy or the All Blacks footy is back. How good. Let me know in the comments, as always, what you guys think of the squad. How do you see the game playing out? Hit that subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Bye.